Hi guys, welcome to this updated video this morning. I do hope you're doing really fantastic. And we're going to be talking about what is taking place across the North Atlantic basin. So that blob that you see there, pretty distinct blob, is in association with Tropical Storm Gabrielle. And Gabrielle is expected to become a hurricane and should pass east of Bermuda. And there is another disturbance out there, a new tropical wave that we're watching to see if some development may take place down the road. Currently has a low chance of formation. And yesterday in Jamaica, there was some pretty significant flooding, especially within some of our southern parishes. We'll talk about that as well. So let's go into the details. Okay, so here we are returning to the satellite imagery here. We can see all of that convection associated with the newest tropical wave, currently influencing some showers across sections of the Cabo Verde Islands, but for the short term, it will not be affecting anywhere else. And as we zoom into the Caribbean region here, we can see that things are a little bit quiet this morning, but there are some thunderstorms around the Dominican Republic, and also a bit of convection in the vicinity of Tobago. And then towards Central America, especially for southern Belize and near the Keys, we can see all that convection, some early morning showers and thunderstorms, likely some very heavy rain there. And yesterday in Jamaica, as I mentioned earlier, there was some pretty significant flooding. So there is a tropical wave which is in the central Caribbean right now. The axis of it is currently passing Jamaica, or has passed Jamaica rather. So as we switch to the surface chart here, we can see that tropical wave. And there we can see two others out there. So that most recent one is the next one being watched for some development over the next couple of days, although nothing is expected for the short term as conditions are not the most ideal. And here we can see that being reflected on the National Hurricane Center's graphic, 20% formation chance. So it's going to be moving westward and then to the west-northwest. So it may make a curve. And when it enters that yellow shaded area, that is when it may attempt to get itself together. As of right now, models are not showing too much becoming of the system. And then this is the cone forecast for Tropical Storm Gabrielle. So Gabrielle is currently sustaining maximum winds around 50 miles per hour and accelerating to the northwest at 13 miles per hour. So we can see that by Monday, Sunday evening, tomorrow evening, going into Monday, it may actually become a hurricane and make that curve up and out. And the center of it is going to be remaining to the east of the island of Bermuda. But since it will be nearby, those seas will definitely be a little bit more unsettled. And if the system is large enough at the time, then it could help to influence some rainfall and gusty winds for Bermuda, but nothing major is expected. Going back to the Caribbean, we're going to be looking at the rain forecast over the next day or so, well, primarily throughout today. So here we have it from Euro, and more color indicates more heavy rainfall expected. So as we look towards the northern Caribbean, parts of the northern Bahamas, Cuba, the Cayman Islands, Jamaica, we can see those colorful shadings around. So again, we've still got that tropical wave moving by, so it will likely help to influence some additional periods of heavy rain and thunderstorms. And we have been seeing that it is primarily in the afternoon when we get the heaviest rain and thunderstorm activity. That's because atmospheric instability is at its greatest, and that daytime heat, and it really helps to kick all that action up. So that's what is expected. We could see something a little bit similar. A few days ago, it was in Montego Bay and St. James, and then we saw primarily Kingston yesterday with a lot of significant flooding. By the way, these are some videos that were posted on social media. And this is something I always emphasize. We do not need a tropical storm, depression, hurricane. It's not needed for us to see this kind of dangerous weather. These tropical waves can they can pack a punch, okay? So we definitely have to exercise caution, especially if we're out and we notice these floodwaters. Turn around, don't drown, and just stay safe as best as you can. So that tropical wave has really been influencing some unstable weather here. And then towards Hispaniola, we could see some additional periods of heavy rain and thunderstorms as well, likewise for a few spots in Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands. Throughout much of the Lesser Antilles, there may not be anything too major today, but some showers may definitely move through, especially towards the Windward Islands, St. Lucia southward to Trinidad, including Barbados. For parts of northern French Guiana and Suriname, there could be some rainfall activity around. Guyana may be on the drier side today. And then further west, for parts of Venezuela, Colombia, it may get a little bit active as well. And then for Central America, as I mentioned, there's already some thunderstorms going on in parts of southern Belize. We see those colorful shadings, so there could be additional periods of heavy rain and storms today. And for the ABC Islands, things will be on the drier side. Likewise for the central and southern Bahamas, as well as the Turks and Caicos Islands, although there may be a loitering shower or so. So that is what is anticipated as it pertains to rainfall. Again, cannot stress it enough. If you should see or encounter any floodwaters in the event of heavy rain, regardless of where you are, please stay safe and do not take any unnecessary risks. Now, this is a look at the dry air map. We can see all these various colors, oranges, yellows, reds. That is all indicative of the dry air. And there is Gabrielle. So some dry air is in the vicinity of Gabrielle, and also for that newest disturbance that we're watching for development. So the conditions are not the most ideal, as I mentioned. So as it heads further to the west and the west-northwest, things may get a little bit more conducive for development. But we don't have a lot of model agreement to say that, hey, it's likely to become a storm or hurricane down the road. Not really seeing that with the newest disturbance. And aside from those two, nothing else is out there being watched for development right now. Pretty quiet at the moment. So that's what we have going on right now in the tropics, guys. And I hope that you found this update to be informative. But if you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comments below. I will get to you when I can. And remember to always be weatherwise.